guys, welcome back to another edition of Zeon90 Blazer. Dark Souls. Okay, so I got some explaining to do. If you're watching this right after video number 2, you'll notice that this is different than how I left it off. I actually went through the rest of the this part of the game. I fought the gargoyles. I met Astora, the blacksmith. I even went back to the Undead Asylum and fought the second demon there. I got the Drake sword from this dragon's tail. I did all of that. I recorded it, but the microphone was off. So you just had me speaking into the void on the top right corner over here. It looked really stupid. So in an effort to rectify that, I started a new game, got up to this point. So here's video number 3, take 2, hopefully, and hopefully last one. I don't want to have to do that all over again for this section of the game of the playthrough. So this is my second time doing it, so here it goes. Okay, so normally this dragon's not here yet. This bridge is full of guards. The dragon comes down, breathes fire as you run towards the bridge. It's something that a lot of first-time players have to go through. It's pretty shocking the first time around. I know it was for me too. Shortcut right down here to the bonfire that we went to before we fought the Tars demon. I'm going to save here. Now I'm going to get the Drake sword for this playthrough, but don't worry, I'll skip through to where I get it. I'll edit it so you guys don't have to watch me have to get it. Let's see, I think I'll need another point dexterity and 16 strength. So let's put the last, not the last, but let's put some more into these stats. Yep, I like the way that looks. I won't be using too much more vitality probably for this run. I'll probably cap it out at maybe around 1,000 health, maybe. But for the most part, I want to sink as much into strength and intelligence, and then probably then a little bit more into dexterity and a little bit more into faith, and the rest into attunement. I like to go for what I like to coin as like a sort of like a night mage. And there goes the dragon, spawning the fire. Now, coincidentally, this is actually kind of a decent way to grind for souls in the very beginning of the game, just for a little bit, for a few levels. I'm not going to do that for this playthrough, of course. I don't think that's necessary. Okay, now this is the path you can take, and how most first-time players do get across the bridge to avoid the dragon. I don't like to do that. I like to face danger head on. I like to, I'm going to show you guys how I do that, but first I'm going to get the Drake sword, and right after I kill this guy. Can sometimes be a little tricky, but not for us. The other thing that you didn't see that you might have noticed by now is I do have a bow and arrow. I went ahead and bought that because I knew I was going to do this for this video. That's different from video number 2. I'm going to show you guys how I do this. Now, if you're at the right spot, you can actually do it so that when his tail slides like that, you can hit it twice in one run. You just got to get it down. You just got to be in the right spot and shoot at the right time. That does count as cutting the tail. So both arrows, as long as you're hitting the tail for the most part, it's going to count. It makes this go a lot faster. I've seen, because the video I first watched that did this only shot an arrow when it landed back on that side of the bridge. But it is possible to make this process go a lot faster if you do it just like this. But as I said before, you have to be at a certain spot. You got to be aiming at a certain spot. But it does work, and it makes this go a lot faster. You're going to need at least, I'd say, just to be on the safe side, bring about 50 to 60 arrows You will miss a few times, like I have. But I think it generally takes maybe about 30. I think about 30 to 35 arrow hits is what you're looking at. Oh wow, really messed that up. So I've probably missed about 6, 7 arrows, and that's kind of normal, especially if you just manage to get off rhythm. But this Drake Sword is going to be a huge power boost this early in the game. Now, if you're looking for probably the biggest damage boost possible as early as possible, the Gravelord Nito Sword, or I think it's just called the Gravelord Sword, that you get in the Catacombs, is definitely the biggest power boost you can get in the shortest amount of time, at least in my experience. And that probably does, I think, about maybe 50 to 80 more damage than the Drake Sword would do. But it also has higher requirements. And there we go. And that is how you get it. Pretty sweet. And it's a huge damage boost compared to the Morningstar I've been using. But it does got some pretty... It's got obviously a lot more requirements than the Morningstar. Those who are strictly doing a magic build might not get this, but I think the Drake Sword is extremely useful for this early in the game, considering how powerful it is, and it's faster than the Morningstar. It's more reliable. It's overall just a much better weapon. Now, as I said before, I like to face danger head on, so let's go ahead and do this. And the way you want to do this is you're going to shoot the dragon. You can go ahead and collect these items. There is a good chance that the dragon might spout fire, like you just did right there. That does happen. Let's see if we can't make it through. And we did. Oh, it's going to breathe again. Definitely want to get out of there. If you hang around here, I don't believe there's any way he can attack you from here, but he will just fly away. Oh, he didn't. Oh, there he goes. Once you reach the other side of the bridge, he generally flies off and doesn't come back. Unless you activate that part of the... You come from that side of the bridge again. At least in my experience, that's what he's done. And if I remember right, there's no items I'm missing going underneath the bridge. I got everything I possibly could. And that is a huge damage boost. And this is going to help a lot. This is going to melt the gargoyles. And to take on the Undead Asylum Demon, the second one, I'm definitely going to need this weapon if I'm going to challenge it this early in the game, which I plan on doing. It's pretty challenging in this. Well, I wouldn't say challenging, it's just about getting into the right groove when fighting that enemy. This enemy, in by contrast, is actually a lot harder. Simply because he's using the Great Knight Sword. Which, taking a hit from that is pretty... It's pretty bad. Oh, that was pretty good. I was hoping for a Black Knight weapon. The weapons I like to get early in the game are the Drake Sword and the Black Knight Halberd, more so than the sword. And, of course, later on the Moonlight Greatsword, because I am going for more of a magic build, and the Moonlight Greatsword is just standard. It's not... It might not be the best for, like, PvP players, of course, but for a PvE player, it's pretty powerful, it's pretty versatile. It's just a great all-around stat building wise if you're magic oriented like this build will be. Just doing a double check. I thought I may have missed something, but I didn't. Okay. This section's not very difficult, it's very easy. I'm just gonna run up ahead and I completely forgot that guy was there. Oh wow. No, you don't have to do what I'm about to do, but I honestly think it's one of the easier ways to deal with this. You know, just put your alluring skull right there. Well, that was a nice bonus. And then fall on top of this guy and take him out. There is a possibility that the boar will drop an item or some kind of helm, the boar helm. It's actually pretty high in defense. It's actually a pretty decent helm. I wouldn't suggest using it for anything. Oh god. Now, for the record, I did know those guys were there, but I thought I could just get a few hits in. Oh wow. I always underestimate that ambush. And their old man strength. One of the shortcomings of the Drake Sword, obviously, is the range. And the really small amount of poise I have with the Pyromancy set. That's always something that's irritated me about this. But that's the best we got for a while now. I mean, there are armor sets you can reach early in the game, but for the sake of this playthrough, and a little bit for my own sanity, I have decided not to pursue those. Now later on, I plan on, because there's so many miscellaneous areas to visit, and there's so many little knickknacks that I've missed in areas I want to backtrack through, I'll probably release a video, a standalone video that's just me visiting those areas, and it'll be quick edits of interesting things I uncover and go through, and the highlights of those areas. I completely forgot about that. That should be it. Yep. It is possible to backstab him, but I felt too lazy. Oh, rapier. That's actually a pretty decent weapon. Finally got a shield that's actually worth something. I'm so used to Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne's faster-paced combat that it's kind of spoiled me. I'm not used to using shields anymore. But, that's why you gotta make up for it with proper dodge rolls. to the left is leads to the upper floors of this cathedral, bell tower, and to the right over here leads to Astora, Sin's Fortress, Dark Root, Gardens, Forest, whatever it's called. We're gonna visit Astora here because there's actually a bonfire. And this is probably one of the bonfires that's most frequently visited throughout the game. Simply because of where its location is. You have it's close to Firelink Shrine, Sin's Fortress, Astora, the Blacksmith, Dark Root. So it's almost like a hub of a central hub of the game almost. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and level up. I'm trying to think of what other weapons and stuff I might use later on in the game, but for now I want to increase intelligence one more. Get my attunement up to 3 spells, and we'll do more strength. Because later on I am going to want to be able to wield something like the Moonlight Greatsword and other heavy weapons and heavier shields.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora.
It's Andre, not Astora. Jesus, I never get these names right. Oh yeah, I forgot we can buy stuff from him.
I'll be seeing you then. Be careful out there.
Now there is a demon down here we can fight, and I'm not even going to touch that. Not without having a bit better poise and possibly a better shield. Well, that's not something you see every day. Alright, now we're off to fight the gargoyles. Let's fight this guy out here. Oops, I dodge rolled one too many times. And there we go. We got Tie-Night Shield for our troubles. I hate that guy. Over here we have a Firekeeper Soul. Right. Now you got to be a little bit careful with those guys because they can parry, and it will hurt. I think that's a damage boost. I don't honestly remember. And that's fine if it is. We're just going to avoid them for now. Now this is one of the few battles you can have Knight Solaire join us, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it by myself. Because that's how I roll. Though there are 2 battles in particular I'm going to have him help us with, and that's going to be the final battle, because I'm too scared to fight Gwyn by myself, and the Centipede. But for now, these are our main concern, the gargoyles. Oh my god! Oh, wow. I knew I was close to the edge, but I didn't see that because of the prop for the weapon. Oh, wow, that's kind of embarrassing. Wow. Okay, let's try that again. But I did get the gargoyle axe. That was pretty easy. I can't believe I missed all those hits on him. I misjudged the distance on that. Once again, I forgot all about that guy. Oh my god! I missed that.
You're an idiot.
I meant to roll to the right, and I rolled right into his flames again. I thought he flamed like that. I didn't realize he went back and forth. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother using humanity for that. I can't believe I messed up like that. That was pretty bad. I didn't even bother going back for my souls because I knew figured I'd win. It's funny because the first time I recorded that where the audio wasn't working, I also died twice and killed them on my third try, and it was almost in the exact same manner. The first time they both ganged up on me, I left one up alive. I took too long trying to kill him, and they backed me into a corner and I died. It was pretty bad. He still got me. Ugh. Well, you know what? That does remind me. I'm not wearing the tear stone ring. I forgot to equip it. And this early in the game, it really can make the difference between living and dying. And I let myself get hit. And I let myself get hit again. Okay. I misjudged the distance on that. Oh, wow. I've never, ever died this many times to gargoyles. I've never messed it up like this before. Wow, I guess I'm just really overconfident. Wow, I'm making such small scrub-like mistakes. It's not like me. I guess my head's not in the game or something. But that's Dark Souls for you. You get a little overconfident, and it brings you back down to reality. I'm gonna play this a little bit safer. Just go ahead and take these guys out. Take him out. Village body. Aha! Oh, that was close. Okay, I'm taking this as a good sign. My head's in the game. I got this. Thought I was going to roll off there for a moment. Good lord, that range. Oh god.
Do it! Just do it!
There we go. But that's the thing about the Drake Sword. Not first time I did this, but the most recent times I've done this, I think the last two fresh playthroughs I've done of this, I managed to get lucky and I got the Black Knight Halberd. And I went ahead and spent all my souls on that weapon, and it just, I think it was doing like 240 damage per hit. I mean, it was ridiculous. So I mean, and two-handing it, I think I was doing upwards to 300. It was it basically melted the gargoyles. I think it killed them in like about 4 hits. Yeah. But as I said before, the Drake Sword completely trivializes those guys, and it makes the fight so much easier. But it has such short range, and this is of course the first bell tower. Now you can do just like you know Metroid games. You can try and do things out of order, and if you're skilled enough, you can know how to break the flow of the game and get double jump before you're actually supposed to and stuff like that. You can do that to a limited degree as well in this game. You can choose to not ring either one of the bells, and instead, help Kraith, one of the other primordial serpents.
I am Oswald of Kareem, the Power. Thou appearest to lack faith. Yet magnanimous are the gods. Cometh thou to confess, or to accuse? For indeed all sins my
The rings he has, especially the poison one, are pretty useful. But I don't think Velka's talisman is any good. Purging stones are pretty useful.
Thou art welcome anything.
Suffering from curse is pretty detrimental, but it's very rare too, all the same. Now we have to deal with all the hordes that wait for me.
It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party.
It seems they decided to gather at a close range and help me. Wow, that was really nice of them. That still leaves the priest. Should be all by himself now. Alright, let's go ahead and explore the rest of this church. Now back here, people do sometimes miss this, but this is the kind of game where you really should explore every nook and cranny, because you never know what you're gonna find. And back here, we're going to find an enemy. Oh god, because I already rung the bell. He's gone. Oops. I did that out of order. Great. Well, anyways, there's supposed to be a prisoner there, and I forgot he's not there once you ring the bell. My mistake. That's what I get for not clearing these guys out first. But that makes us miss a whole fun part of the game. I don't know if we can still trigger it or not. I've never actually missed him. Even on my very first playthrough without any kind of wiki or guide. Because my first couple playthroughs through this game, I did it all blind. I didn't research or look for anything. And I did manage to find some of the secrets. You know, some of the things that I wasn't supposed to yet. Oh, parry god. Actually, this is the wrong way. I don't want to go here. Oh, did they drop anything? Nope. We're actually gonna go back to Firelink Shrine. And we're gonna level up real quick. I don't want to lose this many souls this early in the game. We're gonna go back here. Am I facing the wrong way? Yep, I was facing the wrong way. Okay, let's do that again. This is something I noticed on my first playthrough as well, though I did not access the secret area it led to, but I did find this place, this zone. And that's one of the things I love about Dark Souls, is that it's a game that rewards exploration, more so than you see some modern games do nowadays. And I like to think this game has inspired, you know, other developers to do that with their games. Alright, we're going to need that because this will allow us to access that door. I don't know if you remember, I might show the clip again. That we couldn't access before in the Undead Asylum. This will allow us to access that part